Greetings everybody, Blackshaw here. Welcome to another episode of Anthem. Let us continue.
Hey,
Something wrong?
nah, this is just me being contemplative, as Faye says.
About what?
Giving you a Howlick pearl of wisdom that'll matter. And I think it's this. Don't ever believe you're immortal. Want to make your mark? Become a legend? Then assume the next fight is your last.
But it's not. I don't fight to lose.
No freelancer does. I didn't. But waiting around for your moment thinking it's gonna happen tomorrow just means it won't happen today.
You haven't been waiting around, Halleck.
Of course I have. The Heart of Rage messed me up. I didn't want to admit I was the weak link. I was getting old. Figured I had all the time in the world. But none of us do. You write your own legend today.
Not mine. Ours.
And that's the other piece of advice. Never go it alone. Some young freelancer with an attitude taught me that.
Funny. I learned it from some old cranky freelancer.
Sounds like they could be friends.
We beat this, and there'll be plenty of time to find out.
You know where to find me.
Well, look who's here.
Aruna!
Freelancer. Doing well? Lots of talk about you around town.
Nice things, I hope.
Mostly complimentary. Though I do wonder if the tales have grown in the telling. Apparently, you're the best at, I believe the phrase is, six punching.
That's not even a word.
Hey, it wasn't me that said it.
What have you been up to?
Taking a few days off. Checking messages from Anthem. I've got another expedition lined up after that.
What is it you actually do? Matthias said you knew things about reality.
Sort of. I study the effects of conflicts between the Anthem of creation and Shaper constructs.
Meaning?
My theory is that the Anthem is like a river, carving the landscape as it rushes on. Shaper constructs are dams built to harness that awesome power for, well, we don't know. And where the river meets the dam, chaos, turbulence.
You study that turbulence.
Exactly.
Studying something is pointless unless you can fix it.
Not everything can be fixed. What about observation for its own sake?
If a dam breaks when people are in harm's way, I can't just observe.
I wasn't implying we should let people die. But what if no one's in the way? Nothing's learned about natural processes if we intervene.
The relics aren't natural.
They operate along certain rules. They must. We just have to figure out what they are. Can we just say that the Arcanist observes and the Freelancer helps if things go wrong?
Sure. Sounds about right.
All right. I'm gonna get more tea. Talk to you soon.
You know what name I don't miss?
Watch your step. Cup.
Hello.
Hi, Prindle.
Fair warning. I am in a dark and foul mood.
Does this mean you're gonna depress me?
Probably. I've suffered a number of setbacks recently.
Like what?
My foot traffic initiatives were defeated. I've made zero progress on the loose cables hazard, and my proposed standing water bylaw is now dead.
That sounds tough. So what's your plan?
My plan is to leave the fort.
That's a big decision. Where will you go?
The capital. It's filled with bureaucrats and politicians. Those are my kind of people.
Why would you say that?
They like making rules, and they consider personal safety a priority. I respect that.
Okay.
But before I leave, I must file a work order to ensure the courtyard fountain finally gets fixed.
If you're leaving, why do you care about the fountain?
I believe civic amenities are vital to the well-being of the fort. And there's no way I'll let that glitching fountain defeat me.
You sound determined.
I am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a requisition to complete before I leave.
That Yarrow kind of has an obsession with Fortuo Brew, doesn't he? Tells fantastic stories, though.
I've discovered something in the Elysian manuscript. Repeating symbols spread throughout the text. A pattern that, once decoded, shows a set of coordinates.
Coordinates for what?
Unknown. Robin Moore, its primary author, must have buried them in the manuscript. Moore was one of the greatest arcanists in history. His understanding of Shaper instruments was unparalleled. I don't like making assumptions, but what's at these coordinates must be remarkable.
Let me guess. You want me to check out the location?
Precisely. Will you?
Leave it to me. So that's it? It'll be 3 of you forever?
Not all the Manifold's mysteries have been unlocked. We may yet find a way to reverse the split.
It's not a priority. The Heart of Rage and the Dominion are. After that, well, that's if we still want to merge.
If?
I can't quite imagine what that'd be like now, not being me. Not having these silly lumps around. Oh my stars, me too.
I agree as well.
What about the possible dangers?
There shouldn't be any. Without reality stable, we're 3 separate people, like anyone else.
We'll monitor it, just in case. Can't be too careful. Whoa, cautiousness. From you? That's a change.
We should be capable of change now, even if we weren't before.
Oh, you know what this is? This is like Garaxus on Crimson Lancer.
Oh, no, not you two.
The Garaxus storyline was terrible.
Garaxus was a javelin suit that gained self-awareness after an accident with a relic.
Several episodes were dedicated to Garaxus developing their own identity.
Inanimate object learns to be a person. Oh, my favorite. I should dig up those archives.
Ugh, ignore him. He thinks everything is stupid. It was. Especially when they made Garaxus fall in love with their own pilot.
So much for getting along.
I thought the romance was sweet.
Hold the forges. Did Errol just express an opinion?
I am not carrying any forges.
Nope, not quite there yet. Anyway, we should let the freelancer go.
You sure? I don't want you to kill each other in my absence.
I think we'll be fine. Maybe even great. Take care, freelancer. We'll see you around.
This is nice. Secret spot.
Yeah, takes a little extra to quiet Cypher's mind.
You doing okay?
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Just questioning the nature of existence. Why I'm here, why you're here, the Shapers, the Anthem, life, friendship, hope.
So, just the little things. Would you rather be alone?
Oh, no, I'm glad you're here. You know, when you first showed up at Princess Sim's, I wasn't sure this was going to work out.
So then why call Tassin?
I was desperate.
Thanks.
Actually, any hesitation was more about Halleck than you. I wasn't sure he'd ever accept you back. And then when he said, welcome aboard, it's fantastic. I've watched him come alive since you came back. He's up early, working on his suit, poring over maps, humming. Thank you for that.
Never mind Halleck and me. What about you?
Me? Well, let's see. It's my fault that the team's broken up, that our mission failed, and Tassin's about to send Sentinels in, probably to their deaths. And yet, with all that, I'm mostly upset that I won't ever hear the anthem again. That's crazy, right?
Seems to have that effect on people.
Plus, I've hurt my oldest friend.
Where is he?
I don't know, he doesn't speak to me much.
Look, I get it, but please don't take all the blame. I've brought you something. Owen gave it to me.
Owen?
Fun story for another time. What do you think? Can we use that to perfect ours?
Yes, of course. Why didn't you lead with this?
You're my friend. I was listening. You know, like a good person.
This is amazing. Have you told Tassin?
Not yet. I needed to make sure Owen wasn't, lying.
Fair point. Well, he's not. I'm gonna let her know we're back in action.
Okay. I'll meet you at Halleck's Javelin in the Enclave.
Halleck.
We'll figure it out. Our people need us to stop the Monitor. No one, nothing is more important.
Yeah. We're actually gonna do this.
Hi, Marilla. How are you?
I don't know. I went looking for your father's ashes so we could spread them. They weren't there.
Doesn't mean we can't still have a memorial for him.
No, the vase wasn't there. And it's strange, now that I'm trying to remember some things you've said. I wonder, I don't know if the vase was ever there. I'm not sure what's happening anymore.
That's actually a good sign.
That I have a knack for losing stuff.
That you're realizing, well, what you thought was true isn't.
A vase?
Why is it so important?
Your dad, of course. He died. But I already knew that.
How did he die?
You were hurt. And?
I was? How? This is important.
No. I don't want to remember that day.
You've been in denial. Remembering what happened is the only way to get past this.
The truth almost killed me.
Except it didn't. You're still here. You're strong. What happened?
It was a warm day. Fremont was hot that time of year. You were playing with your father, pretending you were a javelin pilot. He was roaring like an Ursix, chasing you. You were so young. Your little legs scampering around, so happy. But then...
It's okay.
The sirens started. Gunfire was everywhere. Someone shouted, "The Dominion are here." Then the explosions. I heard you scream. Ran over. Your father was bleeding, but you were under the rubble. Piles of concrete. I tried lifting it, but it was too heavy. You were yelling, "Daddy's hurt, help Daddy." I pulled him away. Then there was another explosion. The rubble collapsed, but you... You
can do this.
You... died. My brave little boy. You were supposed to grow up and be a freelancer. Fall in love. Become a man. But you never did. Because I couldn't save you. Can you ever forgive me?
It's better if you forgive yourself.
How can I? Your father. He died the next day. They took him away. I never got to bury him. Or you.
None of it was your fault.
But I loved them. So much.
They wouldn't want you to blame yourself. They'd want you to be happy again. Can you do that?
I think so. Yes. But... you're not Kyler, are you?
No. Just a freelancer who reminds you of him.
You are everything I'd hoped you'd become. There's a mother out there lucky to have you as a son. What you've done for me, you saved me.
I just gave you a little nudge. You saved yourself.
My thanks could never be enough, but... thank you.
Be well. Take care of yourself.
Have you heard the latest Crimson answer?
Look who it is. You certainly know how to put a javelin through its paces. Never just go for a stroll out there, do you?
Do you expect any less?
I shouldn't. You've got your sights set on the heart of rage. Not the first time for you either. But if anyone accepts the danger with the adventure, it's you.
One day the world will catch up with me, but it hasn't so far.
2 steps and a fair flight ahead. I took my son to Yarrow's Wall. He spent hours listening to the stories and learning about the people behind them. He says he's going to do awesome things. After lots of training.
Smart man. Are you less worried about him becoming a freelancer?
Oh, I'll always worry. I worry about all of you.
You can't get rid of me that easily.
I run routine maintenance checks. I probably could.
What?
I'm kidding. I put enough work into those javelins of yours. You better bring them back.
Is that why you do it?
Not everyone comes back. Happens every day. The little touches, they improve the suits, but they mean someone cares. You're not just another number. You said the fort's your home. Just my way of keeping the lights on for you.
So, once I get to these coordinates, what am I looking for?
Another book? An engraving? Perhaps a scroll buried in an ancient library.
So, you don't know?
I'm sure we'll know when we see it.
So you don't know what we'll find, but what do you hope it is?
Knowledge.
That's it, huh? What about treasure? Or some kind of weapon?
Knowledge is the only thing that matters.
Almost there. I'll let you know what I find. Some coordinates. I think I see what we're looking for. Wolven! They won't leave me alone!
Nature will reclaim abandoned places. The Wolven guard their territory fiercely. It will be impossible to continue exploring if they aren't dealt with. What a shame.
I found something, but I'm not sure what it is or how it works. It seems inert.
There was mention of a vibrational frequency in the manuscript. I could try directing a calculated pulse through your javelin. An object with a finely tuned energetic resonance. Of course. Once charged with the resonance, the stone becomes a key. If I'm correct, the plates in the ground will respond to the resonance of that stone.
Put stone on plate and something happens?
Hopefully.
Did you hear that? I felt something.
The tumblers of a lock falling into place.
And there's a hum. Barely perceptible. I think there's power being diverted to another section of the ruin.
You need 3 more energy stones. Maybe following the power will help you find them.
Feels a bit like I'm in the guts of a giant safe.
I think that's exactly where you are.
those symbols.
Have you found the correct symbols yet?
I'm looking.
Have you found the correct symbols yet?
I'm looking. Something's getting the scorpions riled up.
Wait! Don't move! Instruments detect minor glitches in the system. Ancient mechanics. Deterioration over time. The resonance is off. I need to transmit signal pulses through your javelin to compensate. You must stay close. Now you just have to get it in place. Try not to lose it.
Why set this all up? A manuscript, the coded messages? It's a bit much.
I see what you mean. I'm sure Moore had his reasons.
That definitely did something again.
Progress. Halfway there.
Why has no one tried to do any of this before?
Without the frequency found in the Elysian manuscript, the system could not be triggered.
Right, of course.
Do you know what symbols to use this time?
I'll look around for clues.
Do you know what symbols to use this time?
I'll look around for clues.
Oh boy, I need to pause, and the problem is the game will... Fuck. Okay, I need to pause the recording for now.